Today I'm going to talk about how to travel Denver in really any city without being disappointed. In this video, I'm going to give you a list of 12 places that I would recommend a friend if they were traveling to Denver. After that, I'm going to give you a 4-step framework that you can use to travel any city and be less disappointed more often. My first Denver recommendation is something you will probably find on every list that you come across because it is truly worth it, and it's Red Rocks Amphitheater. There's like 2 different times or crowds that I would recommend going. It's the morning, like go see sunrise from it. It's gorgeous. You're like right across from the sun. You see it come up. You can work out, you can get movement. There's hiking trails. The venue is unlike anything I've ever seen. It's literally an amphitheater etched out of red rock in the side of the mountain. The other group is the concert group. Go see a live show here if you can while you're in Denver. That's why it's on everybody's list. Number 2 is go to a SoFar sound show. If you haven't heard of them or seen of them, what they do is they set up intimate concerts that are 3 artists. They all get a half an hour, and each of them, their skill ranges from being in their mom's basement to Billie Eilish. Like, I've seen incredible artists perform at these shows. You come in, usually like bring your own food, bring your own drinks, but it's really sultry, if I had to give it a word. Which leads to my third point. Go to Archipelago. That's the space that I'm actually in right now, and they're a spiritual wellness community social club. They have a house right downtown across from the aquarium. They have yoga in here, they'll have breath work, they have a cold plunge and sauna downstairs. Often they'll have themed parties here. They'll have a big Halloween party. I'll put their link down in the description so you can check out the event calendar as well. Like I say later in this video, I haven't gotten there yet, but finding local community in cities that you travel to changes the experience. So if you want to come here and you vibe with the energy that they put off and the events that they put on, you're going to find people that you vibe with. Number 4, this is my personal baby. This is my event that I've started in Denver. It's called Dynamic Dinner. If you really want to come in and create connection fast, this is where you should go. Dynamic Dinner is a night that's focused on creating intentional connection over dinner. It's good food, authentic connection, and deeper conversations. It's really that simple. Number 5 and 6 are both movement. Number 5 is try an aerial yoga class at Urban Sanctuary. You get to hang in the silks and be like a little kid wrapped up in a blanket, and then also upside down like you're an acrobatist. Like you're in the circus. And Urban Sanctuary is one of my favorite yoga studios in Denver. Number 6 is Full Circle Events. It's a new event community that's popped up in Denver that's focused on making health social. Bobby and Sean, the guys that run it, the team that runs it, is really about the heart of community. Sean, he has 3 words. Explain Full Circle in 3 words.
Make health social, baby. Bridge the gap. Have fun. Love.
Number 7 is Denver Central Market, which is a staple in Denver. It's a hub for different restaurants. They have an ice cream shop. They have a few different like pizza spot, fish joint, and it's one of the central points in the RiNo Arts District, which has way too much of a background story to get into in this video, but today it's covered in graffiti and art and murals all the way down the alleyways. It's worth a walk around. Number 8 is go to a Denver original. There are 3 noteworthy ones that I know of. Chipotle, which is from Denver, Qdoba, which is also from Denver, and Snooze, the breakfast eatery. They always have a line out the door. Number 9 is Jubilee Roaster. Denver has a ton of local coffee shops. Jubilee just happens to be one of my favorites downtown. It's this modern, small location that I like to go and journal and create and honestly work, reflect, hang out with the baristas. The place is really special. Number 10 is Mercury Cafe. This is a hole in the wall of hole in the walls. Upstairs they have dance lessons. They have like a split dive bar location where on one side they have a full service coffee shop and a bar, and they do food. They have tarot card readers there. They have a full theater seating area where they do slam poetry, where they do presentations, where they have performances. Number 11 is a few food spots for those of you who like to eat your way through the city. I just have 4 specific recommendations here. One is Lucky Noodles on Colfax. The woman who owns it is, I think she's Thai or Vietnamese, but she has recipes from her grandma. The food is spot on. It's amazing. City of City is great. The next 3 City of City included are vegan vegetarian spots. They're chicken and waffles that have cauliflower chicken. I know it may sound crazy. Just Be Kitchen is great. They're downtown. They have a full coffee array. Everything there is gluten-free, organic. They have meat here, but their food quality is top-notch. Watercourse, another place that just has top dining and a lot of vegan vegetarian. I think the whole menu there is actually vegan. And number 12, I think I'd be doing a little bit of a disservice if I didn't put this on here. It's ice cream. There is a war happening in Denver between Sweet Cow and Little Man. I'm not gonna tell you which one is my favorite. You can come and decide for yourself. If you do go to Sweet Cow though, the cookies and cream, fire. And at Little Man, the banana pudding is the best one on the menu in my opinion. If you want more specific recommendations, I've put together a list that works inside of Google Maps with almost 200 of my personal recommendations all around Colorado, the majority of which are in Denver. You can check that out down in the description. Okay, here's the real juice. I told you I was gonna give you 4 steps to taking any trip that you make and making it less disappointing. They're really simple, but I found them extremely profound. The first one is alignment. If you can answer this one question, it will change your whole trip. Why are you traveling there? We often put things on our bucket list, cities on our bucket list, new friends on a bucket list, but hardly ever answer the question of why. To make this specific to Denver, if you want to go see the mountains, why? What does that mean for you? Do you want to go ski? Do you want to go mountain bike? Do you want to go hike? Do you just want to go up and sit in a coffee shop outside and look up at the mountains and be in awe? And once you find 2 to 3 items for your trip, schedule it, because that is your main priority. Depending on your trip size, I would recommend 2 to 3 major ones. That gives you enough focus, but enough space for some of the later steps. Having a structure here is helpful, but you don't want to over schedule your trip. We've all done that before, and that's also not fun. The second step is connection. Graceful. Plan one event submerged in local community. Not at a hostel, not at a hotel, but in local community.
Is the mecha.
And instead of Google searching local events in Denver, search events that you would want to be a part of back home, whether it's fitness or whether it's candle making or whether it's singing. Search your interests just in that city. Because if you search local events in Denver, they're probably also going to be targeted at tourists looking for local experiences. Nobody that lives in a city looks for local events in blank. Movement and sports are a great way to meet people across the globe. It's one of the languages that almost every country speaks. In Denver in specific, there are 2 places that you can find people almost every single weekend, especially through the summer. One is Wash Park. There are probably 100 volleyball nets set up at Wash Park over the weekend, and if you can't find people out in the wild being native playing volleyball, there's an organization around called Volo. I'll put their link down in the description as well, but they run intramural sports all over the city here. The second place is Sloan's Lake, which is where we're at. They often have marathons or races going around the outside, yoga up in the grass, or people randomly playing spike ball or throwing the football or all sorts of outdoor activities. Without reading a long list, like I'm a professor in a college class reading off of the PowerPoint slide, I'm just gonna put a bunch of resources down below that lists where you can find local events from the most specific to the most broad. Dismount. Number 3 is energy. I've often found that travel and vacation leads to treating my mind and body like shit.
Why my body gotta be so soft?
I'll find an excuse to eat like garbage, not move my body, and spend so much time around my family and friends that by the end of the trip, we hate each other. This is your excuse to try something different. Give yourself energy while you're traveling. Move your body, fuel your mind, take your space. Focusing on giving yourself energy so you can continue to give it and receive it and give it and receive it because you're filling your own cup is really about loving yourself and enjoying life, which I would judge is the reason most of us travel. If you can master your body, mind, and space at home, you're among the top 10%. If you can master it while traveling, it's gonna change your life. Number 4 is leave space for a spark. Go on one random adventure. Go out with no plan at all and leave space for curiosity. What this looks like for me a lot of times is walking down streets without my phone, without a direction, getting to the intersection and saying, is it a left or is it a right? I found that traveling is this beautiful mirror for life. This dance between control, scheduling the things that I know I want to do when I'm in a place, in flow, leaving space for the curiosity and exploration, and turning over stones that I didn't even know existed. What this could look like for you in Denver is coming down to Union Station, hopping on a train and taking it to a random stop. Just find a stop that intrigues you and get off and explore. You can always come back to the train. My main chunk of wisdom here is use your curiosity, not your phone. Stay off technology as much as possible. This is an invitation to utilize the people around you. Ask people for recommendations. Ask people for directions. It's amazing what the simple act of connecting with strangers can do for your trip. Hey, my brother, you know how we can get to Boulder, the bus up? Cool, thank you. That's it for this one. I hope you find some purpose in your trip to Denver. Leave a comment down below for somebody in the future watching this video. Go check out all the resources down below. I packed that thing. Come see us at Dynamic Dinner and grab a map if you want to find an easy way to get around the city and the state. Love you.